guys, so today I just wanted to sit down and film a video for you, and I know I haven't filmed in a while, but I just wanted to say I can only film when the sun is shining. The sun hasn't shone in like pretty much this whole week, and then the week before that I was on vacation and I tried to film a video and I just didn't like the way that turned out, so I didn't want to just put something up there that I didn't like the quality of just to put something up there. So I thought I would wait until the sun shone, and the sun is shining today. So I sat down and I filmed this look, and yeah, everything that I'm wearing on my face right now except for one product is like cheap. It's really cheap. So the palette that I used this palette on my eyes, and it's $15. I think I got this on sale for like $12, but it's $50. So everything is pretty much really cheap, and so I just wanted to do something that was really affordable and easy to get your hands on, and I hope you guys enjoyed this look, and if you do, you can give me the thumbs up down below, and you can subscribe and all that stuff. And if you want to see how I got this look, then just keep watching. So I'm starting off this look with my rose water spray that's been helping my skin so much, so I'm using that and just some lip balm to prep my lips for lipstick later. And then I'm going to go on in and prime my eyes with concealer. And the reason that I'm showing this time is because I've been getting so many questions lately about how I keep my eyeshadow on like all day to stay. So I thought I would show this. I just use my concealer and then I blend that across with a blending brush. And then I set it with my face powder, and then I'm ready and I have a base for my eyeshadows. So that's what I'm doing here. And I just make sure that my eyelids aren't sticky and that the base is completely covered with powder. So that's what I'm doing here, just making sure that they're not sticky at all and stick proof. So I'm going to start off with my Carli Bybel palette, which you can get at Ulta for like $15, and I'm using this nudish brown shade instead of my bronzer today, so it's the same kind of color, and I'm just using this, of course, in my crease and on the outer edges. And then I'm going to take a blending brush and just make sure, of course, that there's no lines or areas where I don't have shadow. And then I'm going to go on in with the nudish purple shade right there, that middle purple, and just kind of put that right over the bronzer, or the bronzer looking shade, that nice nudish brown color. And I'm going to blend that across the same way, and then of course I'm going to blend that out too and make sure that they look like one color and not two. And then I'm taking this color Weenie by Colourpop, and it's so pretty, but it was drying out a ton, so I kind of had to work fast with it. So I'm using this all over my eyes, and then I'm blending it with the Colourpop brush, which helps even better than the fingers, so you can buy those and they work really nicely. And then I'm using the Colourpop blending brush to just blend that into my crease so that it's nice and seamless with the rest of the look. And then I'm taking the darkest purple shade. I'm just using a tiny bit, like it was super pigmented and I kind of didn't know what to do with it. So I'm just using a little bit on the outer edges. And then of course I'm going to blend that in as well. And then I'm going in with some glitter over that, just in the very middle, just so it has like a nice sheen to it. I'm not really going over the top today with the glitter, so I'm just using a little bit and then curling my eyelashes with some mascara. And then while I'm waiting for that to kind of dry, I'm going to just go on into the face makeup and prime away. And I'm using my Rimmel primer that I always use, and then I'm setting that with some powder. I've said this in a video before, but if you guys have oily skin and you haven't tried this, try setting your primer. It helps you use less foundation because it gives you a little bit of coverage, and it keeps your oils so far down. Like I haven't had an oily nose or chin in a while, which is really nice. So try this out if you guys have oily skin. It's amazing. I love doing this trick. So I'm using my Milani foundation, and I'm actually using the top of a candle, like a candle lid. I've been doing this a lot lately just so that I'm not using the back of my hand and I can use all the product from the candle lid. So any flat surface or palette or whatever, just try using your foundation on that and you'll actually use a lot less. So you guys have seen me do this before, so I'm speeding through it. I'm using my concealer. My foundation and my concealer are a few shades darker than last time because I got a few shades darker when I went on vacation. So the foundation looks super yellow on my skin, but you guys know me, I'm going to bronze it up later. So I'm just sharpening up the edge of the eye look because I don't have wings on, so I have to make sure it looks super seamless on the edges and nice and sharp. And then I'm using my Baby Beauty blender, and I have my crushed Rimmel powder that you guys have also seen me do before. So I just crush it up when it starts to get really low, and then I like to use that around my pore area with my little Baby Beauty blender, and it just minimizes pores like crazy. And then I'm using that same powder to set underneath my eyes and set the rest of my face. I always pick up this powder like 5 times when I'm doing my makeup just because it's nice clean up powder. It's just a great shade. So I'm using my Kiss 11 lashes, and while I'm waiting for the glue to dry, I'm going to bronze up just the tiniest bit. I don't really let my glue dry for a long time. I like it to be a little bit tacky, not like all the way dry. So I'm bronzing up, and then I'm applying my lashes, and I left this in today to show you guys that I just pop them on in the middle, and then I work on the outer edge and make sure that's down. And then I do the beginning, like the inner corner, which is the part that always comes up. And so I'm doing that, just placing them down in the middle, and then attaching the outer corner and then the inner corner. And then, yeah, I'm using some tweezers to do this. You can use your fingers, but I like tweezers. And then I stick them down with my fingers. This makes them look a lot more, like, natural, I guess. Not that they look natural, but more natural. To just press them right on into your eyelashes. And I always tug on them just to make sure that they're down and they're not coming up anywhere. And then I'm going back in with that bronzer. And I'm actually using this BH Cosmetics contour kit. And I'm using that, like, really dark shade because my other bronzer was not bronzing anymore because I'm tanner. And then I'm cleaning up with that powder like I showed you guys earlier. And I always make sure that even after I'm done bronzing and cleaning it up, that I take this big fluffy brush and just blend and make sure that it's not super harsh. Using my Milani blush, of course, and this is the shade Luminoso. By the way, everything is going to be linked down below, like shades and all that, because I can't always put all that on the screen. So in case you were wondering, that's always down below. And then I'm going to go on in and use the, blending that out, and then I'm going to go on in and use the highlights from the Carli Bybel palette. It comes with 4 highlights. So I'm using the second to darkest gold color and just applying that to my cheeks, to my nose, to my cupid's bow, to everywhere on my face basically. And I really like these highlights. Are really, really nice, and you can use them for eyeshadows. So this palette is such a deal. Going back in with those 2 shades that I used on my eyes in the crease earlier, and I'm putting those underneath my lower lashes to just kind of put the whole look together. Using gold in my inner corners today. I've been really liking to do this a lot instead of the white. I just think it looks really nice and it stays put because it's like literally glitter. So I'm just doing that and then applying some mascara to the lower lashes. And you guys know that I like to apply a ton of layers of those, so that's what I'm doing. For the brows, I'm using my Dip Brow Pomade from Anastasia, and I just got the pomade. I used to use the Brow Wiz, and it's so much more expensive, and you get like not even half as much. So basically, I underline the brows, and then I just kind of go with my natural shape, and then I use some foundation on my brush to kind of clean up the inner corner of the eyebrow, and then I'm going to go on in and highlight underneath my brows. And I'm using this Wet n Wild liquid lipstick that I got, and I just love this so much. It stayed on all day, so I really recommend these. And that is going to be the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you.